Welcome back to Pro Noob, ladies and gentlemen. Attack on Titan, episodes 53, 54, 55 of Return to Shiganshina, the Perfect Game, Hero, and Midnight Sun episodes. You all know the one. Mitch 692, Jarod.
To the courageous fallen, to the anguished fallen, their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them. And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us, because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when they are faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage. To them.
Click.
And for me.
So, Attack on Titan's very own trolley problem.
We're about to get a little silly here on Pro and Noob. You see, normally we record this earlier in the day.
It's so very early in the day right now.
No. So Papa can't drink. But you know what?
He could.
Even if I watch this shit at 9 in the fucking morning like I normally do, and start my day with this shit, we still would have been busting into the Crown Apple. Not sponsored.
As you should. As everyone should. This is... Cast your mind way back. Way back.
Way back.
Flashback. Edit. Pretend this is an edit.
Okay.
I said there was a moment about radicalization.
For the watcher. This is what you were talking about.
This, specifically the Irvin moment. And while, yes, I understand this man is leading a bunch of nobody kids.
Yeah.
To their death. It still hits like a, you know what, fuck it, I'm all in.
I will say it's a great speech. It's a phenomenal speech.
It's an incredible speech.
If I were marching into certain doom with even the snowball's chance of hell of success and it meaning anything, I sure would like to hear a speech like this.
Mm-hmm. This man said the only way to get these kids to go along with this plan is to lie to them, and he did not lie at the end. You see it in his face. They animate his decision right there. He's like, no, I can't. He has to be brutally fucking honest. And even Levi shows the first bit of emotion in this episode of the entire show. He doesn't let Irvin see it because it's when he's looking down, when he's telling him to let his dream die and give up on life. His eyes are just wide and he looks up and they're back to the brow of Levi. Just what a fucking moment. What a moment. What a moment. Getting peppered by rocks thrown at Mark II because people have worked it out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny because I said that jokingly because Taylor basically watched these 3 episodes with me.
Nice.
So shouts out to Taylor for
I'm sorry, Taylor. I apologize to Jarod for what I was about to put him through because we recording this in the same day as last episode. I apologize, and I'm going to apologize direct to Taylor. I'm really sorry about that. That's a hell of a 3 episodes we put through.
Well, at one point she asked for a little bit of levity up top before we really get in the weeds here. At one point, Taylor was like, so explain to me how like the power transfer works. And I'm explaining it to her, and I'm like, basically, Eren has the power of the founding Titan, but because he is not of royal blood, he could really only access like half of what really goes along. I just did 2 really big shots, and I'm gonna have bad hiccups.
They were slightly more than shots, unless the perspective of that glass is different. No.
I will say, this is a nice little Star Wars rocks glass case it got me for Christmas for my birthday a few years ago. If you can see there, the first one I did about to the hemisphere of the Death Star on top here. The second one I was actually a shot. I'm a former bartender. I could count my.
So you done about like not a quintuple shot. It's like 6 shots. It's got to be.
The first one definitely wasn't 5. I think you're close to like. I had about a fourple.
If you put in all of them together, like,
all of them together was about a fourple.
Quadruple shot. That's crazy.
I like to say fourple because people will be like, "Oh, give me a double," give me a so like the next one up is give me a triple. Saying so you gave somebody a fourple is really funny.
This man's gonna have a fourple sword.
What?
You know the Vorpal sword from what's that? Alice in Wonderland. The Jabberwocky.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear what you said at first.
Yeah.
I understand what you said at first. Okay.
And this man called me a litterer a couple of weeks ago. God,
I didn't understand what you said, but no, but I was like, does this have the royal blood? And Taylor goes, "What do you mean royal blood?" And I looked at her, and it was literally paused on the shot of whoever was riding on Connie's back before Levi injected Armin.
Oh, Sasha.
It was Sasha. Okay, that's what I thought. I couldn't see anybody's. I couldn't see anybody's face. But I had it like paused on that shot with Sasha on Connie's back, and I was like, "Honey, we don't have time to talk about the royal bloodline. You're just gonna have to go with me here." Man, I don't even know where to start with this. I don't even know where to start with this.
It's just R.I.P. Irvin, because that's the episode. That's that first episode. The entire thing. So, we are monstrously fucked.
I really hope the intro for this episode is previously on Pro and Noob. I really think Erwin's going to make it to the end of the show at this point.
I had to not laugh so much. I spiked the camera. I'm just like,
okay, so it could be full screen. I really think Erwin's going to make it to the end. Then cut to you making the face, and then like Curb Your Enthusiasm music.
I'll do it.
Okay, so we got 2 really good classic Pro and Noob intros for Attack on Titan.
Because there's also that I hope no one else becomes a Titan. I don't want Irvin to become a Titan. I don't want Armin to become a Titan. It's just like, well, well, you don't have a choice in that one, Jarod. Unless you want both of them to die, one of them has to. But in fairness, it's not adding more Titans. We've just got rid of Berton.
Yeah, we're at the same number, so I can live with that.
Even though one has been added in kind of since saying that. But
what?
Anyway, back to
what? Pause. What do you mean one has been added?
Well, the Titan that saves Zeke and Reiner is clearly an intelligent Titan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. That was my other question. You kept saying Zeke. That's Squatch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Titan comes in, it's like Zeke, blah, 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 blah. Whatever the fuck it says, it's actually audible.
This is going to be a really interesting episode because my nose is hot. Okay. I legitimately don't even know where to start. Like this is going to be one of those ones where it's like I kind of need you to lead.
That's why I'm saying we go episode by episode. We run it down. We go because this is the whole thing. Because I did this in a way because it is the trolley problem. Which one do you save? Do you save the grizzled vet? Do you save
the prodigy?
The plucky young one? It's obviously going to be those two because this entire show has been comparing these two since they met. And Irvin's obviously been molding
Yeah.
Armin into his replacement eventually.
He's grooming Armin to become a leader in his stead. What I think is really interesting about this, and what I think like differentiates it from your traditional trolley problem, is that, damn, my face is hot. That's not normal for me. Wow. It's normally not that much right to the head for me that quickly.
It's the emotions he's still got.
It is. It really is. Like my face is uncomfortably hot.
Did we get a tear? Did we get any tears? I tell you what, these three break me.
Can I tell you the truth? I didn't cry because I was so like in shock of everything. Like it was way less like emotionally gut wrenching. Not to say that like the deaths and the horror wasn't like oh my god, but like I spent so much of it reacting as though like I had money on a prize fight and the guy I put my life savings on was getting his ass beat. It was less tears and just shock.
You're one of the dumb fucks that bet on Jake Paul.
Hell no.
In this
two things will happen after hell freezes over. I pick up a gun in the name of Donald John Trump and I put money on somebody named Paul.
Wow. Fun fact, every listener we have is named Paul. We had. This was named Paul. No longer.
Well, okay. One of those Pauls. Which I think goes without
saying. That's even
saying.
worse. Now you're going to get pulled in fighting on who's the Paul that's not going to be bet on.
One of the Pauls named either Jake or Logan. Fucking A. But no, I was like I didn't cry because I was in such shock. You know, and I don't know, like if I rewatched Attack on Titan on my own time and like wasn't so caught up in the moment, I would not be surprised if I was reduced to tears. In the same way that like a lot of like my favorite things, you know, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever. A lot of the time I don't cry the first time.
Oh well, yeah.
A lot of the time I don't cry the first time because it is on repeat viewings where how much the moment either means to me or affects me really sets in.
Yeah.
For example, like on Road to Doomsday right now, again, can't remember the exact release order. Actually, no, that's a lie. 2 days from now or 3 days from now when we're recording this, the Black Panther episode is going to come out. I have never cried watching Killmonger and T'Chaka, whatever you want to call him, his like final moments.
Yeah.
Until we did the audio commentary.
Interesting.
And it was one of those instances where it was like it was tears of sympathy.
Yeah.
Of going like, God damn, like you could have been great. You could have been like you had the makings of a great leader, but like circumstance and factors outside of your control, you know, put you in a situation where you made choices that you could never come back from. And it's not fair and it's heartbreaking, but like also an admiration for the fact that while you're doing reprehensible things, you stood by your convictions enough to go out the way you do. I say that specifically, those ideas in that order to say, if I go back and rewatch this, I will fucking cry. There's no getting around it. I will fucking cry. There's no universe where I go back and I rewatch this whole show and I get to Erwin getting pepperballed with Mach 2 boulder fragments and don't cry a little bit.
That shit went right through his side.
What on the Erwin of it all, what I find compelling, and
before you get into that, I just remembered I was this close to ending the last batch of episodes with Irvin's death. It was only 2 days ago from time of recording this that I solidified finally. I always had these three together, but then I kind of went back and forth.
You made the right decision because it's all we would have talked about.
Yeah. It's exactly
it's all we would have talked about. But no, what I find so compelling about Erwin is, and it makes me reconsider what I said at the end of the coup d'etat arc, where I was a little underwhelmed and a little frustrated by the fact that it felt like the show it felt like the show was almost embarrassed isn't the right word, but like could not allow Erwin to just be a good man making hard decisions. And while I do still stand by that a good bit, especially because I do think the show really, really, really likes harping on the idea that there can be no heroes.
Yeah.
You know, I still find myself looking
It's a nihilistic show.
It's very nihilistic. And again, it's part of why I see, again, I have no context for the idea that this idea that I've heard by osmosis, Attack on Titan as a show
is fashy.
Is a little fashy. And part of that is its nihilism. Part of that is its refusal to acknowledge that people, A, can be good, and B, that people do good things for the sake of doing good things and not be on some level self-serving reason. And I stand by that critique. That said, I like the framing of Erwin criticizing himself.
Yeah.
I like it through the lens of Erwin going, I have so much power, so much is expected of me. I need to be a good leader. I can't help but indict myself because I think on some level what I am doing is self-serving. You know?
Oh, absolutely self-serving. He is fully aware. Because again, there's that shot of him smiling when he's had his arm bitten off and when he's in the hospital bed because they're talking about the basement. He's really happy about getting to the truth of all, like the truth of everything. That's all he's been doing everything for. Like, that's his driving force to get to there.
But what I like so much about that dichotomy, and what I like so much about how they land the plane with Erwin, that makes me yield a little bit of that criticism, is that at the end of the day, he does make the selfless decision. At the end of the day,
you could argue that he gave the decision to Levi. And it's a bit of like a bootstrap thing. Like he gives that decision to Levi, and Levi tells him to do it anyway. So which one's really saying go ahead and do it?
Put a pin in that. If we're going episode by episode, put a pin in that.
It's the same episode.
I mean, by the time we get to the third episode, put a pin in that. What I'm getting at though is like, God, I'm about to say something so fucking embarrassing. I don't know if anybody at home. I'm gonna say two things that are embarrassing. I don't know if anybody at
just
home
super fucking woke. Is that what
no? I don't know if anybody at home is tired of me making Star Wars comparisons. If you are, I hope you're happy because I'm about to make an even more embarrassing comparison. Erwin is like the fucking Wario of George Washington and Hamilton.
I think you might be the first person in history to utter those three names in the same sentence and mean it. Those words have never been spoken together.
No,
I get exactly what you fucking mean.
Words are being chained together you've never seen before.
I get exactly what you mean.
Commander Erwin is the Wario of the Hamilton version of George Washington. because Washington and Hamilton, a show that I love, a show that is my favorite musical, as I like to say, recovering theater kid, that also has a lot of critiques about its politics and whatever. Not to have a conversation right now.
Everyone knows your work, Jarod. It's fine. You haven't got to keep reminding people.
I've spoken about them publicly before, so go find any time I've talked about Hamilton publicly and given all the caveats as to why I love it. But anyway, Washington is framed as like altruistic to a fault, like altruistic to the point of delusion.
Yep.
Like altruistic to the point where Washington doesn't wipe his own ass because he doesn't want poopy ass. He wipes his own ass because he doesn't want to displease people with the smell. Like, that is kind of how Washington is framed in the context of Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where even his foes, even his detractors, look at this man and go, there is not a selfish bone in his fucking body, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a Superman quality to Washington in Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at Irwin, it's kind of the inverse, where he plays altruistic, he plays dedicated to the cause. But on some level, what he truly wants more than anything, he wants it for selfish reasons.
Yeah.
But the thing he wants for selfish reasons would, at least as far as we know,
benefit everyone,
be a net good for humanity. You know, like that to me is really compelling and it's really interesting. And what I've struggled with so much with Irwin initially was the idea that Irwin is just selfish. And what this final run for Irwin does is introduce the idea of, was Irwin actually deeply, truly selfish, or was Irwin human and doubted himself? And the amount of responsibility he had made him second guess even his own motivations. And the second embarrassing thing I'm going to say, aside from invoking Hamilton, aside from unironically invoking Hamilton,
in Big 26.
In the Big 2-6. In the Big 2-6, I'm still not throwing away my shot.
Wow.
Listen, the rights for like high schools to perform Hamilton are going to become a thing, I think, next year. There are people I know that I would probably do bodily harm to get to play Alexander Hamilton.
That's a wild thing to say when we're recording.
I know. I'm on tape. No, seriously. I am the type of arrogant to know that I would blow that performance out of the water, especially in my high school, where I know, because I put so many of my friends onto actual hip hop music, I could out-rap every single one of them and get that role like nothing.
But your second point.
My second point, I relate to. Don't take my fucking line. I relate to Irwin on a level where, and it's something Taylor and I talk about a lot. You know, being very raw and honest right now, and I promise it's not the Crown Royal talking. I have a bad habit of over intellectualizing my feelings. I have a habit of
your own therapist,
being my own therapist and going like, wow, I'm upset about this thing. And then the other part of my brain going, well, you're not really upset about that thing. You're upset about a thing adjacent to that thing, that this thing either exacerbates or is a kind of walking example of this thing that you're really upset about. So are you really upset about it, or are you upset about a completely different thing? And you're just only able
This
to
man
manifest
lays there
towards this
on the
thing.
sofa like this, like writing down, asking himself questions. It's like, why do I feel
I
this
play
way?
emotional chess with myself all the time and should probably see a professional about it.
Yeah, but you're going to see a
And-
professional. You're going to tell them that. They're going to be like, well, why are you here?
Yeah, you could do this for free at home, big dog. But all of that to say, I find myself doing that over intellectualizing thing. I'll be upset about something, and I'll voice it to Taylor, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm feeling upset," and I'm like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "Well, this thing happened at work, or this thing happened with my family, or this thing happened with a friend," and then I'll talk through it, and then I'll get to the part where I basically imply that I don't have any right to be upset because I'm not actually upset with them. I'm upset with myself, and I'm upset. And I go through and I do like this.
You spiral.
I do this itemized list of 30 years of disagreement. Sweet Jesus. But I do this itemized like flow chart of like all of the complex feelings and how they contribute to each other. And then Taylor goes, you're allowed to just be upset. And I think Erwin, in my interpretation, and maybe it's me being too close to it and like seeing a part of my brain in it that I'm projecting. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. I am devaluing my interpretation of the art by saying maybe I'm projecting. But I think that on some level, Erwin is doing the same thing.
No, I'd agree with you.
I think on some level, Erwin is going, do you want this thing for humanity, or are you doing this thing because you, as a member of humanity, would benefit from it in some way?
I think you can see that on his face here. From the moment he somehow gets down from the wall, which is fucking hilarious. Like, how did this one-armed man get down? Getting up, I can understand it, because Tunk.
He gave Gravity a really motivational speech, and he was just able to float down. Like a throwback to a season of Pro and Noob, like Count Dooku in the Tartakovsky Clone Wars, where he just levitates out of his box in the fighting pit on Rat Attack.
I think from the moment you see him on the ground level, and the voice actor's playing it tired. This man is tired.
Yeah,
I'm going to talk about the voice actor again in a minute because it devastated me when I read the tweet. He plays Erwin so tired, and you can feel he's just weighing up everything. And I think he's doing exactly what you just said. He's itemizing, he's monologuing, he's going up and down.
How much of this is for me? How much of this is for humanity?
Yeah.
And what? And
so I need to see that basement. Even though for myself it is for the good of humanity, but in order to get there,
yeah, and
he doesn't want the dream to die, essentially.
Right. And to make a Star Wars comparison, going back to that there's a part of me that would love to see what would happen if you put Commander Erwin and Luthen Rail in a room together.
You said that name like anyone's going to fucking know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, and boy. Yeah. I just, that was brain lag, that one. That was a repressed viewing experience being drugged to the foreground.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. I don't want you to do the bit. I don't want you to whatever. You've seen Andor season 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a part of me that has also wondered a similar thing about Luthen Rail is this you hate the Empire and you hate that you were involved in it for even a moment and you want to like cleanse yourself of the Galactic Empire, or you really believe in the cause. And I think Luthen Rail and Erwin have a similar relationship with the livelihood of soldiers as well.
Yeah.
Because again, one of the more chilling moments, one of the more like, not everybody in the Rebel Alliance had the privilege of getting to be a farm boy destined to be a Jedi Knight, or a princess who was also destined to be a Jedi Knight, or a scoundrel with a heart of gold, all of the ones that joined the rebellion.
Mm.
Some people have to go, what I did is going to piss the Empire off, and people are going to die because I pissed the Empire off. And when those people die, the people who live are going to be infuriated, and they're going to pick up a blaster and start shooting at stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And I think Erwin has also had to make that calculus. And I think Erwin, because like Luthen Rail and like Washington and Hamilton, only Washington has a much more grave outlook on it than either of them. His is way more haunted by it, and that's where when we see Erwin by the time of these episodes, he lands at that Washington place of like haunted by it. There is literally those moments where you see like the ghosts of the fallen comrades. Again, the theater kid in my brain could not help but hear in the deep recesses of my mind, history has its eyes on you. And maybe there is a part of my my leftist brain that is still a little bit of a shit lib. And I'll never be able to crush that part of me. But all of that to say, I see so many similarities between these characters. I think the three of them make a very compelling archetype that is very hard to define. And to jump ahead to Midnight Suns for a moment, what I love so much. Please.
Before you do, I just want to. If we forget to go forward,
I just want to. I can only finish these thoughts on Erwin.
Oh, you finish your thought. You finish your thought. You finish it.
What I love so much about it, and what I love so much is like a final beat for Erwin that I think defines him. Like it is truly feels like a brilliant, masterful final stroke of his character is going, no.
See, I find that fascinating because that to me is not what he does.
I totally interpret it.
It might be intentional, or no, it might be subconsciously being done, but they flash when he raises his hand as a kid in school with his dad. So you can go, it's the whole thing where your brain's playing everything back. And as he does that, his kid's hand goes up.
That, again, maybe this is a me thing. Maybe this is me actively refusing the fucking cynicism of Attack on Titan. And that could be completely true. That, again, I could be wrong. I don't know. These are one of those instances I kind of rely on you to say these names so I have it in my mind, like Anno, like with Evangelion. Like, I didn't know who that man was. I'm not allowed to Google this shit, so I can't find out even. Like, if
Isayama.
Maybe Isayama has tweeted or said at some type of like convention or whatever, I don't fucking know, has said outright, Erwin accidentally makes a selfless decision. I don't know. These are one of those instances.
I don't think he has. I think it's up for interpretation.
These are one of those instances where I am going to heartily say the author is dead. And go, the reason we see that moment where Erwin raises his hand and in a selfish effort to seem smart in that moment as a child that, rolls down a hill into his father being disappeared and whacked by the government. That is Erwin going, I recognize what I'm sacrificing. I recognize what I'm sacrificing by going, no, the torch need be passed.
It might be, I'm just looking at a very surface level, right? Because you do have that flash, and then he asks the same question, doesn't he? It's like, how do we know there aren't people beyond the walls?
But that also goes hand in hand with what Armin's been saying. So if he's even a little bit conscious and he's mustering the last of his strength to make an actually selfless decision, all of Erwin's psyche and reasoning and motivation is still very much open to interpretation.
Oh, yeah. No,
but you cannot change, in my mind, the fact that at the end, Erwin goes, no, I understand what I'm sacrificing. I know I will not live to see what's in that motherfucking basement. This kid is up next. This kid needs to live. I did what I needed to do. And maybe you can even make it, maybe there's a layer of that is selfish, that goes, Erwin understands if we win, I'm a martyr, I'm a hero. On some level, I live forever. But he chooses, no, I'm not the right call to make. It is not me. It is not me. Save that fucking kid. And on some level, I think it is also, I think it's also Erwin atoning for the amount of young people he has sent to die, not just today, not just yesterday, but his entire career.
His mountain of corpses.
His mountain of corpses. I think on some level, this is Erwin going, I have the opportunity right now to save a young life. Maybe it's so that he can go into go into death knowing he had made it right on some symbolic level. Maybe to him it's going, I haven't been able to make this choice before. Let me make it now. But I think it's brilliant the way it's framed. And like, you're right, it's open to interpretation. I don't think I could be compelled by another.
That's fair.
And again, maybe it's me. Maybe it's too much of this and too much of this that makes me go, heroes are real. That makes me go, heroes are real. Heroes make selfless decisions. Heroes live a life of sacrifice. Maybe it's too much of this shit. And this shit. And all the shit that's on here is a fucking Princess Bride sticker. You know, I'm so I am terminally Pollyanna and think life can be more like a fairy tale if we choose to be better. Maybe that's all me. And maybe that's the Crown Royal talking at this point. But I fundamentally fucking believe that. I fundamentally believe that. I fundamentally believe that. And I cannot be made to not.
Say, I don't think I can change your mind on that one. Even if I felt strongly enough that it was no, it's just the man's life is just going before his eyes. There's nothing in that whatsoever. I don't think I could ever. There's not enough words in the thesaurus for me to get on that level, to verbally masturbate something out for you to change your mind.
Some people can't word goon enough to beat me in single combat.
Fucking word goon. Oh my god. I'm saying word goon from now on. Verbally masturbate's done. That's old hat. Word goon is so much better. But before we move on to the army of it.
New rule. I need to be a little bit buzzed for every episode of Pro and Noob moving on.
Word goon is phenomenal. But before we get to the whole army of it all.
Real quick. 1, 2, 3.
Remember, he's small. There you go.
1, 2, 3.
You can make it a finger. Why not just go by fingers?
I'm
former bartender. He had to count to 8 in 2 lots of 4, and it's just a finger. I want to point that out.
That's on this glass.
Doesn't matter.
Something viscosity is a thing. Viscosity is a thing.
Works across the board. From the country known for the drinking culture, trust me.
But to Armin, this time I will honor your through the camera.
Armin Clink, Armin Arlet. What a man. But yeah. Irvin's English VA, when this came out, tweeted that he will not finish Attack on Titan.
He wants his perspective to end with his character. I respect that.
Yeah.
On some level, there's a part of me that goes, okay. But I do respect it.
Yeah. I read that tweet. I just went, fuck. Why? How so much? But anyway, Armin. Kentucky Fried Armin. Because God, fuck me. I felt bad saying that. Jesus.
Ugh.
There's a thing with people somehow surviving when they shouldn't have from a height in these episodes, because Armin fell like 60 stories while extra crispy and was still alive.
You know, I thought about that.
Not to pick this whole thing apart, but like just to this thing happened. How does Irving get down, and how did Armin survive that?
Maybe the steam was projecting at such a rate that
Sure.
like there was
It's
some
not
weird
something I'm
there was like
like.
some weird air pressure situation where like it like slowed his descent enough.
Again, he falls, he goes up, he comes down. It's fine.
Yeah.
Not that I was ever bothered by it. I just find it very funny because they play about with stuff in these because Aaron's Titan is half the size at one point he should be. To be fair, he's constantly doing this in the entire show. He's either the height of a building, he's either above the building, or when he's with the Colossal Titan, he's a normal person. Still gets fucking punted across the map.
I gasped on that punt. No, it's okay. I get hung up on the same thing. My frustration similar to that, and thank God for the Disney era of Star Wars. I can't stand the fact that blue lightsaber blades change shade all the fucking time. And in the Disney era, that has been mostly rectified. It has been a consistent shade of blue. But like green has changed forever. Red has been a little bit more consistent, has been a good bit more consistent than blue. Not as consistent as green, but more consistent than blue. Purple's been purple. But like watch A New Hope and then watch Empire. Like older versions. Because I think that
so doesn't it go from like a sky blue to more like a teal? I know it gets darker.
Depending on the version of Empire and A New Hope that you watch, through A New Hope, the color changes multiple times. Like at one point, whenever Luke is on the Millennium Falcon and he's like doing like the Seeker droid, that is a teal lightsaber. That is a teal lightsaber, and it looks really cool. And then at one point, he is flexing on Ahsoka Tano. He is flexing on.
This is why he loses the trivia.
Hold on, no, I had it. Fuck you. I'm drunk.
This man's had 3 shots.
Hold on, I can't remember how to say her name. Orla Jareni. I had Orla. I couldn't remember how to say her last name. Orla Jareni. Luke flexes on them. He has a pure white lightsaber. Obi-Wan's color changes throughout his fight with Vader. And then it's consistent through Empire for the most part. When you watch the Blu-rays, when you watch the version that's on Disney Plus, it is a consistent shade of blue. And then between Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, all different shades. Disney era, it's consistent. So I will not begrudge anybody for going, why is he inconsistently a different height? I relate to that.
It's really cool because there's even a shot of Armin. I think it's when Armin clocks that he's getting skinnier. Like they play with the perspective, and it's like 3 times the height he should be.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's not 50. It's just pure perspective. Really cool.
Whatever.
No one should care. It's just deeply funny seeing Eren the size of a doorway.
So I found myself with Armin's plan. So, okay.
Because you got to go back a little bit for Armin, because he chickens the fuck out. This kid has a panic attack.
Right.
And he's like, John, please help me. I can't do this. I'm about to fuck up. Tell us what to do instead. Which is...
Can we talk about Jean, how his hair isn't pink anymore, by the way? I fucking hate that.
It's still pink.
It's not.
It is.
It's strawberry blonde. This shit's not pink anymore.
It's not strawberry blonde, though.
I have to do a whole episode of Road to Doomsday after this.
Oh, you're still actually doing it? So funny.
Though, why do you think I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt?
I mean, you said you were doing that at 8, and I know it's a long gone 8 for you.
Yeah, Travis and Taylor don't have to work tomorrow morning. I do, but we're getting a little loose here, folks. You know what I got to do? I got to get some more Sunday's Bloody Mary. Use the code TNAP at checkout to get 10% off your order and help out your favorite nerds while you.
We are not sponsored. Not sponsored. But back to Jean and not his hair color.
From now on, when we do this on my days off, I got to get a little bit lit for Pro and Noob. I'm having a
Back
great
to
time.
Sean.
I know. Stay on target. No, I was in such shock and quite frankly had given up hope on Armin.
Oh, wow.
I did not think he was going to get revived. And part of what, going back to something I was going to say earlier, what I love so much about the trolley problem element that you brought up and what makes it so different is more often than not in the trolley problem, what you don't have is the fact that I think everybody involved knows but is not acknowledging the fact because it hurts their own argument and you kind of end up at like a net negative. You know what I'm about to say. The other side would advocate for the other one.
Yeah.
You don't typically have that for the trolley problem.
No.
I hate that I'm
That's
about to say this.
Titans.
I hate to say this. It's very The Dark Knight. And it's one of the things I love about The Dark Knight is the way that it lands on people can be good, people can be selfless, where you have both fairies go fuck it with the detonator for the other better.
Yeah.
And that is beautiful to me. It is one of the few times I think The Dark Knight doesn't have its head planted firmly up its own ass. That's not a take I actually have. I'm being hyperbolic. But no, but there's something I find compelling about it.
Reiner it back in.
That's something I find very compelling about this instance is I was waiting for somebody to say that. That whole argument on the rooftop. I'm waiting for once Hanji enters the fray or Levi or the gentleman who brought Erwin's,
Falk.
Falk. Like Falk.
No, it's like FLO, I think.
Flock.
That's it's Flock. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Flock. Yeah, buzzsaw hair.
Man, okay, listen. I know y'all are fighting a war against some like really freaky fucking baby zombies, drunk man baby zombies. You're, bro. You need to find a better barber. I don't care who the fuck got eaten recently. You need a better barber.
He has universally agreed upon the worst haircut ever made by man. What the fuck is that?
Have you seen that one clip that's been like floating around lately from like the professional like slap boxing where
he punches hair off?
Where no, that was like an actual MMA thing. So it's like I love the slap boxing clips. I get them on social media all the time. Where it's this. I'm gonna be very exact with how I describe this. So the way the guy is turned, you can't fully see his face and see the front of him. You only really see the back of him. So he turns, he slaps the guy. The guy goes straight down in an L shape, smacks his face off the table, and goes straight back. I will send you the clip for you to like put it over what I'm saying right now. Slaps him, goes down, domes himself off the table, goes straight back. And the guy whips around and kind of does a victory lap around the arena. And it's this slender black guy who has 18 different hair and beard styles happening all at once. He is the most, when your custom character shows up in a cutscene, man, I've ever seen. Because he has like a Fu Manchu and mutton chops and like a Kid and Play style, like high end, like flat top, but also like kind of a fade, but also almost like a Hulk Hogan mullet going on, and handlebar mustache. Like he has like he downloaded mods to have every hair and beard style on at the same fucking time. Flock looks worse than that guy.
Yeah.
But in the same way where like if like Flock has a mullet and a crew cut and
it's a pompadour
and a pompadour all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm allowed to talk shit because I got a fucking haircut earlier today. Anyway, I'm looking fresh. But all that to say,
You gave up on Armin.
I gave up on Armin because I was waiting to see the mutually assured destruction argument begin. I was waiting for Levi specifically to say, you and I both know Armin would say to give it to Erwin. And I was waiting for Aaron to go, and good and goddamn well Erwin would say, give it to Armin right now. And I was waiting for that. And I was waiting for it to be a moment where I was waiting for Aaron and Mikasa to have to grapple with a version of grief that is so much rawer and visceral than what they've had to deal with up to this point. Because up to this point, all of the people they have lost, it has been senseless violence or in the name of honor and duty or betrayal. You lost them because they chose the other side.
Yeah. It's never been
you're watching somebody make choices about who gets to live. It's never been that raw. It's never been that real until right now. And that's what I was waiting for. Because I've been trained by Attack on Titan to expect something so much more cynical. That Erwin gets to live and Armin must die. And it's yet another child who stepped up with more bravery than 1,000 men could muster.
Because he doesn't run away. He doesn't lose.
And that's
incredible line.
Which I related to. I don't lose because I don't run away.
He admits it at last.
I don't lose because I don't run away. You're right. I do admit it. It's the argument I have with Alden at least once a week where he'll be like, I beat you 6 times. And I'm like, and yet it's never been a KO. And yet you've never put me down. I get turned into the chick from Ozark. Like, you're going to have to fucking kill me. But again, I was waiting for that with Armin because the show has trained me to expect the cynicism, to expect the bleak. That's another part of why I am so fully convinced about what Erwin's motivating factor is in that moment. It is a brief glimpse of light, and the nihilism and the darkness and the cynicism.
It's the midnight sun.
It's the midnight sun, where Armin is spared because Erwin said no. No. And I think it's brilliant. I think that
or the way you could look at it, which I think the show kind of wants you to look at it. I'm never 100% sure on it. Is Levi realizes that Irvin's dream and reason for going on end at the basement. Irvin's entire fight and his dream is the basement. Armin's dream is way beyond that. Armin doesn't want to fight. Armin wants to get to the sea and get to see what's beyond that.
I think you're right.
Entire reason for living is the basement. What's he going to do after that? He says it himself. He doesn't know. He'll only know when he gets there, which is fair enough. But Armin's dream is further out.
I think you're right. And I think Levi's personal calculus is completely in concert with everything we've said already. Is that very similar to Hanji? Because there is a big running theme through these episodes of, people who are staring down the barrel of oblivion going, I'm making a choice about me right now. Could do this, could cop out, could run away, could run bitch.
I'm
choosing
you
not
look
to.
at it. It's at least 3 of them. Actually, it's probably 5, if anything, because you got Reiner, Bertold, Armin, Erwin, and Hanji, all at one point or another are having to give up on what they want.
Yeah.
Because when Hanji's in that point of with Reiner and Jean gets her to snap out of it, It's this is the woman that studies Titans. She's obviously going to want to see how the transfer works, but she's putting that aside for the greater good.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it doesn't work out the way it should have done. But
no, but it's also like
giving up on dreams is a very much a core theme of these 3 episodes.
But yeah, and I like I said, I think what you're saying about Levi, I think that is Levi's version of Hanji's. I made the decision, not you. You gave me a good argument, but I made the decision.
Yeah.
I think that's Levi's version of going, I think this is the right choice. I think this is the right choice. Erwin rejects it.
But at the same time,
that gives Levi pause. And then I think he has a moment of realization. Like, not only did Erwin say no, in my opinion, in my interpretation, get in the comments if you disagree with me. I would love for Mitch to read approved comments to rebut what I have to say, because I'm not allowed to look. But I think when Erwin rejects it, it gives us enough pause for Levi to then do that calculus. And he has heard enough argument to go giving it to Armin. Like, I think it's all of it. I think it's all of it. I think it's all happening. Yeah. I think it's all happening concert and conversation with each other.
Because you also have the bit that goes against the grain on that slightly. I say slightly, quite a fair bit personally, is the way they frame the conversation between Levi and Eren, where Levi is that you are thinking about this emotionally, and Eren just claps back with the "Why are you hesitating?" Like, you're the one that's not thinking rationally. You're the one being emotional about this. You couldn't have possibly known Irving was alive and Flock was bringing it back over the wall. You couldn't have known that, you hesitate anyway. Like, you're the one who has the emotions in it there. And I think that also plays a massive factor in it.
I think it does play. I think it plays a role, but again, I think it all comes down to Levi is given a moment to think a little bit longer, and he makes a choice based on all the arguments made around him.
Now, R.I.P. Bertold.
All right, this is the closest you're going to get to me being radicalized into being a member of the Scout Regiment. Mic down for this, Jordan. I hope it fucking hurt. I hope it fucking hurt. It is important to me that he felt every fucking second of that.
I hope so. The audacity of this man to beg for help. Which I
What's funny is I said that as Armin's getting ready to like put him in his mouth, like I'm like, yeah, I hope it hurts. I said that out loud. I was like, I hope it hurts. I kept saying, I hope it hurts. I hope it hurts. And then we watch his face gonna go, oh, and then the blood splurt, and I audibly went. And Taylor looked at me. I went, I got a little carried away there. I got a little carried away. That was gross, but
it's very disgusting. But he's no more. He's gone.
But it's a brilliant inversion and flip around, right? Because we have Bertold mogging on Armin, cutting promos out there, doing the whole "your hands are shaking."
He's literally just aura farming, just walking along.
Yeah, when they have their sword fighting, because he has his whole like I'm not afraid, you can't affect me, and now he's at Armin's mercy and he's begging, begging.
Would you all agree to lay down your lives? Oh, I'm sorry, Bertos. No.
Would you, bitch? You punk motherfucker. Here, I'm going to give ground. You ready?
Go for it.
Nobody can ever say I don't admit when I'm wrong, because I do. I may have been radicalized insofar as it's going to require a whole lot for me to go, the Titans are in the right. It is going to go so. It is going to take legit. I made this comparison however many weeks ago. I need to be right about the Clone Wars comparison. That this is two hands of the same person moving at equal and opposite of each other. That needs to be 100% right for me to side with the Titans after the amount of human suffering that has been caused by the Titans. The Scout Regiment freaks me out. This government freaks me out. I have a whole lot of reservations about the way that all of these people view lives, service, and the concept of government and what is right and wrong. I am not here. I'm not buying one of those Scout Regiment fucking hoodies I saw all the goddamn weeaboos wearing in high school. That's not
You'll get
happening.
your wings of freedom by the end. It's fine.
That is not happening. However,
there will be the sticker on the water bottle of the laptop. I guarantee it.
Probably not. What I can say,
there will be.
What I can
I'll
say
get Travis to send it to you.
Is it's going to take a lot for me to say, spare the Titans. The Titans deserve forgiveness. The Titans deserve whatever. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot to justify this amount of human suffering.
Well, I mean, you have got a whole other season to go yet.
Sure, we'll see
what they're going to do. Who knows?
We will see. But
we'll see.
Something I do want to bring up.
Go for it.
Because we did see a lot of the special ending come to fruition here, if not all of it.
No, it's not all of it, no.
No, because we have the weird lady whose photo gets burned, which I still have a lot of questions about.
You said the entire back half of that ending has been resolved. And I'm going to point out as well, that special ending does this episode no favors whatsoever because they put music behind it. This episode, Midnight Sun, is silent until the very fucking end.
You're right.
And it works so much fucking bad. It's horrific. The entire feel of that episode is horrendous.
I am surprised.
I love it. It's the correct choice. But
I think it's funny you have not, because this is something you like to do, is punish me for being right. And throw it in my face when I'm right and I don't want to be.
Well, what are you being right about?
I call out specifically watching the special ending going, that's a charred body.
You say Titan or otherwise. I know that for a fact.
You're
because
right.
While I was waiting for you to watch these episodes, I was editing the last 3 or 4 of these.
Did you do the special intro? Did you do the special intro?
I'm on that episode. I haven't done it yet.
Okay, you better.
I'm gonna do it. I would have done it tonight. I didn't want to rush it.
I don't want you to, baby.
But no, you specifically say that's a charred body. Maybe it's a Titan when it's clearly fucking scout boots. I want to point out.
I couldn't tell.
It's so funny. It's so
I was distracted by the fact
that the little lip and the knee. Like the way the boot flicks up in the knee and the strap.
I didn't know if it was abnormal. I didn't know what I was looking at. I knew it was a charred body. And there was a party that was waiting for you to go, hey, Jarod, how about that charred fucking body, motherfucker?
No, because I'm too emotionally devastated by these 3 episodes.
But that was rough.
And I will say, though, you are allowed to watch the opening now.
I wanted to end the episode with that, which we'll be doing here soon.
In hindsight, it's fucking crazy. I've watched it every time going, I don't like the...
While I speak on this, if you could find it for me and put the link in the private chat, that would be greatly appreciated. Just so I don't have to YouTube the words Attack on Titan and poison anything. But I spent, and Taylor can attest to this, the entire argument about who should be spared and who should be revived with the Titan serum by going, oh no, this is why they fight. From that little stinger looking into the future. And the reason I thought they were going to fight was because somebody would intervene and the serum would get smashed. And that is why, because it's deceptively edited in the special ending. You're hopping around so many details. There are lines of dialogue that get
It's completely
over.
devoid of context, yeah. Because you only have what are you doing?
There's lines of dialogue being avoided because all you hear is if I go, do you have any idea what you're doing? And when I'm seeing it in this context,
then you get Aaron like all up in Levi's face.
I'm like, oh my God, it got smashed and nobody can be saved. And that's how I was freaking out the entire time. So that was another reason why I felt like Attack on Titan lessened up on its own cynicism because a life was saved. That's another thing for me. Like I said, I just spent the whole time going, oh my God, 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 someone's going to fuck this up. Someone's going to fuck this up. This is about to fuck up. Blah, 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 freaking out. I was wrong. I'm glad I was wrong. Yeah, let's watch that.
Yeah, you watch it. You watch it.
Do you want me to screen share? We can do what we normally do with the screen share window.
Yeah, screen share. Yeah. Do that.
Pause. I don't want to get that far in yet. Damn. YouTube's fighting me. All right. Let me screen share.
It's not letting you screen share.
No, it was fighting me because it wouldn't let me pause.
Okay. I will apologize. It's a 1080p 60 FPS. And if you are one of these people that makes the 60 FPS adjustments, fucking extrapolations for anime, just sleep forever in a ditch, please. That's what I'll say. You are horrific.
I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit so we can avoid any copyright issues, but...
I mean, I'll take the audio out anyway.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you'll be able to do that because you'll get the raw. Okay. Okay, so there's Berthold exploding himself.
Yeah. Not quite a nuke. Someone worked out the detonation power of his explosion. There's the coffee. Sorry, the black liquid. Great scene, by the way, them doing that.
Yeah.
And I want to say as well. Yeah, right there. They show you. You have both Erwin standing in front of all the dead scouts behind him, and an army with the half skeleton colossal titan. It's like you're just showing their deaths. Like, what are we actually fucking doing?
Oh, whoa!
And then you get bits from previous stuff as well. And also, it does ruin Levi's entire fucking moment there.
There it is. Okay, so that conch shell.
The conch.
And that image of that monster with the... Oh, man. Okay. We're okay. Oh, boy. Okay.
Do you understand why I said you're not allowed to watch this now?
Yeah, but no, but the thing with the monster, like, holding out its hands, it looks like it's... Now I'm like, it might as well just be the fucking Beast Titan.
Hey, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just Ymir. Who knows?
Hold on.
No, it was diabolical what they did with this intro. The basement, Jarod.
God.
The basement, Jarod.
Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't watch that.
Yeah, it's bad enough that you got spoiled with the Thunder Spears by fucking Fortnite of all things. God damn.
Not as revelatory as I feared it would be, but still pretty. Yeah, you made the right decision.
Because the show does make it's a hindsight thing. Because it's anime always it does tend to spoil the season a fair bit in its intros.
But at least the more often than not, those like intro sneak peeks are devoid of context.
Yeah, a lot of it's there are some like really fucking egregious bits, like in this one, where it's just, hey, here's the entire Shiganshina fight. Here's the entire purpose. Here's the first half of this arc. No, thanks. And if you go back to season 2, the intro shows you the Beast Titan, but you see the Beast Titan in the first episode. It's like the first thing you fucking see is Squatch just like strolling along.
Can we do something together? By the way, and I want to ask your permission on this.
Depends what it is. You can ask.
I want to go back to the first outro of the season with that fucking haunting music. Because
of this season.
Yeah. Because I found a version pop up in my recommended because of looking up the special outro that has the English lyrics.
I'm gonna say no on that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Please.
No.
I want to know, Mitch. I want to know what
we can return to it. We're not doing it right now.
Can you look up the English lyrics and see if there's anything spoilery in it?
I've got to find the fucking song title.
Requiem der Morgenrot.
Oh, it is German. That's interesting. Tell you what, of course it's genius. Thank you very much. Where's my translation button, you slave? There's no translation for English on Genius. Wow. That surprises me. Huh.
Do you want to put the link in the private chat? We can pause for a minute and then you can skip.
No, I'll go now.
Because I'm curious. Like at this point in the game, like I feel like I'm having a hand tied behind my back more than I'm supposed to if I can't just look at the lyrics.
But this is the thing, you're not. You not knowing what it's saying is just how everyone watched it when it came out.
Sure, but I feel like it could give me a clue as the tone. I had the lyrics for Cruel Angel's Thesis, you know?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yep.
When?
I had the subtitles on.
Well, that's just... And they were in English?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know Netflix did that.
I never got the subtitles for this, though, even though I had the subtitles on.
Good. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Yeah?
There's nothing in there.
Okay. Can I look at it then?
Not that I can see straight away.
Okay. I'm going to pause for 1 minute. I'm going to read these lyrics. All right, I watched the version with the English lyrics in it. I do think it's hinting at some amount of like both sides have been victimized for reasons outside of their control, but I'm not 100% sure. But with all that said, I think that's all I got for this one. So you guys got kind of a supersized pro and noob for these three monumental.
I might cut
episodes.
out a lot of the. I'm going to talk about Star Wars for 5 minutes part. Like, it's just, we'll keep the context, we'll cut the conversation. That depends how I feel at the time. You are frozen smiling at me. No, I can't tell what the reaction is.
Fair enough. But that's all I got. I hope this episode is salvageable because I decided to drink a lot.
I mean, you're not hearing me complain. I'm just more thinking of length.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Well, not to push you into wanting to carry on watching it as quick as you possibly can. I will tell you what the next episode is called.
What is the next episode called?
The Basement.
Oh, Mitch, I think we're gonna have to get to work on Monday.
You've also got to remember that it's 4 episodes, and then we're done with season 3.
Oh, bitchin'.
We are done with season 3. You were frozen in the funniest fucking spot for me. You're like mid bitching. No.
Mid bitching.
So
we'll definitely be recording very, 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 very soon.
Yep. So yeah, Jarod, where? Alcoholics Anonymous.
I don't know why I get called an alcoholic, because I occasionally have a drink on air and I get a little loose, and then everybody's like, oh yeah, give this guy some rehab chips. But no, you guys can find me over in the Nerd Academy podcast. Obviously, our MCU rewatch show, The Road to Doomsday, is going strong, so check that out. By the time people are seeing this in the feed, we should be wrapping up Phase 3 with Phase 4 well on the way. But also catch myself on the Armenian Systems channel for Luminous Odyssey, the High Republic RPG we're doing right now. Also catch me on Epic Confrontations, the Star Wars Trivia League I'm in. So yeah, go check all that out. And obviously I'm also here on Pro and Noob.
Where you can like, comment, subscribe. You can also find me at Mitch692 on Blue Sky. And yeah, we'll catch you next time for the last part of the Return to Shiganshina arc. And the last of season 3. Before we get into the absolute fucking juggernaut that is the final season. I almost said the name of the next arc because I am that much of a fucking idiot. That's what I get for reading the next arc. Jesus Christ, that was a mistake. Fuck. That could have been a mistake. But we subverted it. So, yeah. R.I.P. Irvin. R.I.P.
My soldiers ready!